Hey y'all. So I wanted to come on here and tell y'all something just because I was able to I was reading my Bible the other day, right? And when I was reading my Bible, it really stuck out one of the chapters that I read, and that was Jonah, right? And I'm like, wow, like I have to share this with everybody. So in that chapter with Jonah, basically what happened is Jonah God told Jonah to do something, right? And instead of Jonah doing that, he turned away and he decided to do his own thing. He decided to do what he wanted to do, right? So he left, ran from God, flee, and went to a another place. I forgot, it starts with a T. But he went to another place, right? When he went there, he ended up getting on a ship, on the boat. So when he was on that boat, he was him and some more people was on the boat, right? And it's so crazy how things just like come back full circle because he's on the boat with the people, and then the weather, everything starts having a turmoil, and it's like, oh my gosh, so everyone is scared on the boat. So since everyone's scared, they go to Jonah and they go find Jonah. Jonah is asleep at the bottom of the boat, y'all. And they like, well, why are you asleep? When this is going on, what's going on? Why are you asleep? But the crazy thing is, Jonah still knows who God is. He still knows how good God is. And he still knows he's who he say he is. So he is protected, right? And like some of us, we are still protected. God still loves us. God still cares for us, even when we don't do the things that he needs us to do, right? Okay, but then they woke him up, right? So they're talking to him, they're trying to figure this out, like what do we need to do, what do we need to do and stuff like that. So they end up finding out that the reason why God is doing all of this and allowing this to happen is because of Jonah disobeying him. So they asking Jonah, like, what are we supposed to do then to get your God to stop? And Jonah was like, you have to basically sacrifice me, you have to throw me over the boat into the water. So they're like, yeah, nah, we're not gonna do that one. Like, they're like noblemen, so they don't want to do any of that, right? So they're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna stick to something else, right? So because they decided not to do anything, it got worse, y'all. God had to really show, right? So it got worse. Everything started getting worse with the boat, everything, the weather, everything. So they went and they prayed, like, to God, please don't allow us to hurt this innocent man. Like, please, like, basically help him, like pleading to help him, because they knew they were going to have to sacrifice him, but they still want him to be okay, right? So they end up throwing Jonah over the boat. Jonah, it goes into the water, right? And everything stops. Like everything is calm, relaxed now, right? So they sacrificed him. God stopped everything. So when Jonah was in the when he was in the water, God allowed a fish to swallow Jonah. Jonah was in that fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Like, just imagine being in a fish for 3 days and 3 nights. But sometimes we're in a season we don't have to be in for way longer than that because we disobeyed, we turned against God and did our own thing. So next, going to Jonah, right? So Jonah's in the fish and Jonah starts praying. I'm talking about he getting his prayer bag. He probably in his prayer closet, y'all. No, but he really gets in his prayer and he starts praying. It's like the whole chapter 2 is like him praying, right? So when he's praying, to God, basically telling God, like, you save me from this, you save me from this. Like, I know how good you are. I know what you do. I know who you are. Basically saying that. So he said he will sacrifice himself so that he can go spread the gospel and go tell the people about who God is, right? So he asked God to save him and he would go get people so they can get saved by him. So I think it's so beautiful, right? So God ends up allowing the fish to vomit out Jonah. So now Jonah is out. But it's so crazy because a lot of the times we be our own downfall. Like, God will give us a sign. God will tell us all these things. And what we do, we decide to do our own thing. We decide to turn away, go this way, go that way. But God is saying, I need you here. And we say, oh, we're going to take this detour. Oh, we're going to take this detour. But if we had less detours, we'll be able to serve the kingdom more. If we listened more and we heard God more, because God isn't silent. You just may be a little clouded, so he seems silent to you. He's never silent. He's always present. So let's not be like Jonah in this. Let's not be like him in chapter 1 and 2. Let's go and be who God told us to be, who he shows up, who he wants us to show up as. Let's go and listen to God. When God is telling us something, when we get that burning feeling inside, when we get those signs, because it's a different feeling. When you connect it to God, you get a different kind of feeling when he's telling you to move, when he's telling you to do something, when he's telling you to execute. You get a different type of feeling. So start listening to God and just doing. Stop being scared. And I'm speaking to myself too, y'all. Stop being scared. All that. Put that up. And I'm talking about take off. Like, do you think a lot of these people who are successful, who are great, who God has blessed so tremendously, set back and was fearful, set back and didn't do anything, set back? No, they had to take risks. So I'm just telling y'all, I want you guys to challenge yourselves to just listen to God the first time and then execute the plan. That's all I have for y'all. I love y'all. I hope that y'all have a wonderful, amazing, and blessed day. And I hope this resonates with someone, because I don't know about y'all, but I really, really needed to hear that scripture. I really needed that chapter, because my life is resembling some fear, right? So I'm so happy, and I can be transparent with y'all about that, because God is going to take me out of it, right? And whoever is watching this, God is going to take you out of it too. Love y'all. Bye.